In this recording, we're going to talk about the electronic design and the code for the leash pile robot. So let's get into it. So first we'll look at the physical hardware for this robot. So if you look on the very top, you'll see two ultrasonic distance sensors. And this first one actually controls this first motor, which will spin a conveyor system in the forward motion of the motor. And in addition to this conveyor system, there's a second motor, which is controlled by this distance sensor. And the idea behind this is that the user will place their hand within 8 inches of the sensor, and that will activate the motor and spin the conveyor in whichever direction they need to access the leash or the collar that is attached to the rack on the conveyor. Now, in addition to these two motors, there's another motor here at the top, and that is for the treat dispenser, which will be mounted on the base of the robot. And to activate the treat dispenser, we have a motion sensor. And the use for the motion sensor is pretty simple. The user will basically just wave their hand in front of it, and we'll have the motor do a complete rotation and dispense one treat for the pet. And then obviously we have our motor drivers, and we have some additional batteries, and then of course we have the Arduino. Now let's take a look at the code. Okay. So here at the top we have all of our variables which are initialized, and we have our setup, and then coming down here we have the beginning of the function, and this first part right here, I'll go slow so that way you can pause and look at the code. This first part is for the motion sensor, consisting of a if-else statement. And then this next part is for the first motor spinning in the forward direction. And then coming on down here, this last part is for the motor going in the reverse direction. So let's go ahead and take a look at it in the simulation. And some prompts here. So here we have our distance sensors activated, and the hand comes within 8 inches, and you can see that this motor is activated. When it goes outside of the 8-inch range, the motor will deactivate. And the same thing for the other motor. See it spinning in the reverse direction. And now it's de-energized. Then we have our motion sensor, detects motion. The motor rotates, and after 3 seconds, boom, deactivated.